Okay, so when we read the instructions that this right here is a sum of all the angles of a polygon, then we need to know the formula for the sum of all the angles of a polygon. So the sum is 180 times n minus 2. Nothing new there, right? So now I'm going to go ahead and set this sum equal to that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and say, hey, 900 equals 180 times n minus 2. Okay? Alright, so from here, I have two options. Basically, I'm solving for n, right? So I can either distribute this 180, or I can go ahead and divide by 180 on the other side. Personally, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to divide by 180 on the other side. Why divide? Because right here, we have 180 multiplied with n, so to move this to the other side, I have to divide by 180, right? So divide by 180. That gets rid of that 180 right there. So now I end up with 5 is equal to n minus 2, because the 180 is gone. Alright, from here solve for n, right? So I'm going to move this 2 over to the other side. That cancels out right here. So then I end up with 7 is equal to n. Well, what is that? 7-sided shape? That's a heptagon. Okay, on this next one, please, you do it, you try it, and then look at the filled in notes to check your answer to make sure that your answer matches mine. Alright, so down here, what's different about this versus this? Well, the difference is that over here, they said that they gave you the sum, and then over here, they said they only gave you one of the angles. Alright, so then I need the formula for just one angle. So the formula for one angle is equal to 180 times n minus 2 divided by n. Nothing new there either. We've done it on the other pages, right? So then I'm going to go ahead and set this equal to that formula, right? So I'm going to say, hey, 108 is equal to 180 times n minus 2 divided by n. Okay, so from here, I still have to get n by itself, right? And you know how up here I was just like, oh, let me move this 180 to the other side? Well, the problem is, if I move 180 to the other side here, I'm going to end up with a fraction. I don't really want to deal with fractions. We already have a fraction here. It's too many fractions that I want to deal with. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go ahead and move this n over to the other side. Right here, this n is being divided, so to move it, I'm going to cross multiply. I'm going to multiply on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and say, hey, 108 times n is equal to, and then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and distribute this 180. And the reason why I'm distributing this time and I didn't that time is because here on this time it has to evenly divide. Because we're solving for n, we need to, you're never going to get 5.5 sides. You're going to get exactly whatever number of sides you have. Here, this 180 does not evenly divide, so I'm going to distribute it. Okay, so distributing the 180, oops, 360, right? 180 times n is 180n. 180 times negative 2 is negative 360. Alright, so from here, I still want n by itself, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and move my n's to one side and my numbers to the other side. So numbers without n is already here, so I'm going to move this 180n to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 180n from both sides. Cross that out. So now we have 108 minus 180n, and I'd get negative 72n equals negative 360. Alright, from here, I'm going to go ahead and divide by negative 72 on both sides. Okay, and then once I do that, let's see, so this will just end up with regular n, and over here we end up with n equals 5. And n equals 5, then that means we have a pentagon, because 5 sides. Alright, you guys try this one, and then don't forget to check the filled in notes to make sure that your answer matches mine. Good luck with everything.